Hi, everybody. My name is Leah Sweetman. I am an independent Norwex sales consultant, and I am so thankful that you're spending some time this July learning about Norwex. It makes a huge difference, and in the theme of freedom, you can be free of harsh chemicals simply by switching to a cloth and water. I have been Norwexing for 9 years. It will be 10 years next spring. And I am so thankful for what these products have done for our home, for my family, for our health. And it started when I went to my best friend's party, literally kicking and screaming, telling everyone I am going to leave my purse in the car, eat your food, and see my friends. And so I had no intention to being drawn into this home night demo that I was attending. And the consultant starts talking about a body cloth. A cloth with just water, taking her makeup off at night. The tag says body cloth on there, body and face. And they were talking about how it takes off her makeup at night, how it helps with acne, eczema, psoriasis. And my ears perked up because at the time I had two daughters on Elidel steroids and they were off of dairy products. We were trying inside and out to fix their eczema problem to no avail. And I was like, well, what do I have to lose? I'll try those body cloths. And I grabbed a fruit and vegetable scrub cloth. So the fruit and vegetable scrub cloth, one side peels a potato or carrots with just water. The other side gets all the debris off your apples and your pears and so forth. And I was like, okay, my husband's getting ready to have a garden, so I'll go ahead and grab that. And I went home with those two products. I used that body cloth on my daughter's arm. Brinley Gale is her name. I went underwater, took the wet cloth underwater because the more wet this cloth is, the less it exfoliates. And I was going on like pretty much an open wound. So I wanted to be gentle and I was going over her arm gently underwater so it wouldn't over exfoliate. The first time we used it, her eczema was smooth to the touch. Like we could still see it, but it was smooth and it was not normally smooth. She had like alligator skin. And within 2 weeks, her eczema was gone. And I was like, okay, I want everything in the catalog. It worked. And we learned Johnson & Johnson was on the news. That was March of 2013. And Johnson & Johnson was on the news that month, right after I was introduced to Norwex. And they were promising to have all the cancer-causing formaldehyde out of their baby washes and shampoos by 2015. I stood up in my living room. I looked at my husband and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like the doctors and the dermatologists were telling us to use Aveeno. They were telling us to use products that were produced by Johnson & Johnson that had formaldehyde in them. And so at that time, it just helped me to realize it's the chemicals that we were using on our kids that caused this eczema. It wasn't dairy. It wasn't gluten. At that time for our family, it was chemicals. And I am just so thankful that I was able to learn that I don't have to clean with things that are toxic or hazardous. And if you go into your cleaning cabinet or you open up your door and you see what you're using to clean your counters with or what you're using to clean in your bathroom, it probably tells you that it's hazardous to humans and domestic animals on the container. It's not lying to you. There is no regulation on these chemicals. There's only been around 200 that have been tested in a singular form since I believe that's like the 1980s that they have not tested these chemicals in more than in a singular form. And we all know there's more than one chemical in every container. So it's layer upon layer of things that clearly tell us they're toxic to us that we are using to clean with that these products take away. And it starts with these 5. This is our Safe Haven 5. They are our top 5 products. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. If you're a Norwex Pro, stay tuned because tomorrow there's going to be a 10-minute some of my favorite hidden gems, some of my favorite personal. I've got 6 kids, 2 dogs. We have a messy life. So some of my favorite personal Norwex items that are outside of this box, I will talk about them on that little 10-minute video that will play tomorrow. But tonight we're going to talk about these top 5 products. So what we have here is the Enviro cloth, the window cloth, the dusting mitt, and the laundry detergent. These are the game changers. They are like Norwex's little black dress. They are what you want in your cleaning closet. And yet there's this huge catalog full of all these other products that are amazing and game changers. But when you're beginning your journey, it's with these 5 products. If you can't afford to grab this box and it's your easy button all at once, then definitely build to these 5 products. Let them show you what they're going to do for your home and for your family and your fur babies. I mean, it matters. About 18 months into Norwex, and we realized my other daughter, Nalise, and my husband, they weren't touching their inhalers like they were before. They were breathing better. And we were at church one day and they started to spray the dry erase board with a cleaner. And my husband immediately was like, I got to get out of here. Like, it grabbed his throat. That cleaner choked him up because we had been separated from them for a good chunk of time. And he responded to that chemical. The best way I can describe it is once you're separated from these chemicals, it's as if you don't smoke, but you walked into a smoky room, you would feel it differently. And you will feel chemicals differently if you separate from them. And you don't need them to clean. Like, clean should never be toxic. That is what I've been preaching now for these 9 past years, is that clean doesn't need to be toxic. We can do better. So, all right, go into our main cleaning cloth, the Enviro cloth. All the colors will vary. This cloth on the tag, though, it starts with the letter E. So remember, Enviro cloth starts with the letter E. Get it wet, clean, everything. E for everything. When this cloth is dry, it's a little bit sticky. Like, for some people that struggle with microfiber, I wish I could pass it around and let you feel. But what happens is you're using it wet. And when you're using it wet with just water, here's a wet one, it doesn't have any stick or grab to it at all. So if you use Norwex, you can talk about that in the comments and make sure that they know it's not just me saying this, but these cloths don't have a grab when they're wet. But what happens is while you're cleaning, it's actually exfoliating gently any of the dead skin that's on your hand, because that's why this is sticky. It's grabbing at the dead skin on your hand. And when you're cleaning, you're exfoliating, you're giving yourself a manicure. And then you go to grab this dry cloth a few days later or a few weeks later, whatever it is, how often you clean, and you're like, why isn't my cloth sticky anymore? You don't feel that microfiber grab because your skin is gently exfoliated. Even my husband, he trains soldiers, he works outside. He used to have these alligator hands, and now his hands are smooth to the touch because we use microfiber for washing our bodies with our body cloths, for cleaning our homes, our cars, everything. So I love this microfiber and how it doesn't have any of that stickiness when it's wet. Just so you know, I want people to know, because sometimes that's I don't like the way microfiber feels. And I want you to know that this cloth is totally fine when it's wet, and you're going to gently exfoliate, and it's going to be a different type of feeling shortly after you start using it. So this Enviro cloth, if you unraveled it, here's some of the differences between our microfiber and store-bought microfiber. If you unraveled this cloth, it would go from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. There is 10 million feet of microfiber in this cloth. So it is very, very dense, and it's able to pick up and remove up to 99% of bacteria with just water. So you don't need to wait. Like your chemical cleaners, you're either mechanically cleaning, lifting, and removing, or you're using a chemical which requires a chemical wait time for something to die. And if you look at your cleaners, on average, that wait time is between 3 and 10 minutes. So go read your cleaners. I know when I did, I was like, oh my gosh, I had never cleaned a day in my life. I never waited 4 minutes for that surface to remain visibly wet for things to die. And it also tells you, after you kill things with the chemicals, you're supposed to mechanically clean afterwards to remove all the debris from your surfaces. If you don't, the water from the cleaner evaporates off of that surface. You have dead stuff left behind, but you also have cleaner residue, which if another sneeze or anything still is alive there, it just feeds on everything that's left behind. And the surface is typically as dirty as it was before you wiped it within 24 hours. With Norwex, it is squeaky clean, nothing left behind. And one of the things that does that is that 1/200th size of a human hair, 10 million feet of microfiber, incredible teeny tiny fiber woven very densely to grab and remove that debris from your surfaces. So the next thing, so we've got our 10 million feet of microfiber, 1/200th the size of a human hair. Normal store-bought microfiber is just 1/6 the size, so that's a difference. And it's woven triangularly. So unlike cotton that pushes and smears things around, or your paper towels, this triangular weave, as it's going across the surface, it lifts and removes and it pushes back things. And so the next thing is, when you take this cloth to the sink and you rinse out all your debris, you rub it against itself, and the salt crumbs, the pepper crumbs, all that's going to push out. But anything molecular is trapped back in this triangular weave. And then our silver goes to work. So these cloths have silver ions embedded into the fiber. As they're being made in a liquid state, that silver and microfiber blend are being poured together. And that silver has nothing to do with cleaning your surfaces. But what it does is it purifies the cloth. It helps to self-purify the cloth. So once you clean and you rinse it out, the silver is activated by water and oxygen. And whatever's left in that cloth is suffocated for you. So silver is an antimicrobial. It's been that way for many, many years, like hundreds of years. If you have ever heard the term, you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, it comes from back when the plague was going around, and the wealthy stayed healthier because they stored their food and their water in silver containers. They ate off of silver utensils. The big ships of that time had their water stored in silver. Any of our nurses would know, like, sylvadine, colloidal silver, lots of different properties for silver being used to help. But for our cloth, it is that micro silver embedded into our fibers in that liquid state. It doesn't wash out. It doesn't come out into the environment. It is in that cloth. It's like coffee and cream. So it's a great opportunity for your cloth not to stink, which gives you the ability to just hand rinse this cloth and hang it up to dry. And I like to hang mine like this over the towel bar on my stove, or in the bathroom, or on a hanger inside of the laundry room. That way all the cloth is getting that oxygen. When it's by the tag, it's okay as well, but see all the folds? I just like mine to quickly purify and dry. And so one of the things that I had a hostess share at a party years back that still cracks me up is she said, "You guys, what she's saying about that silver is true." She said, "I cleaned a dog urine stain out of the carpet last night." Our fibers are so small that they break into the upholstery of your carpet, your furniture, your car seats. It's so awesome. They can be used to clean everything. But anyway, so she cleaned this dog urine stain out. She said, "So I rinsed it, hung it up on the side of the tub, grabbed it this morning, touched it, smelled it. There was no dog pee. I just wet it and cleaned the kitchen counters." Everybody at her house was eating. I was like, "You guys, what she did scientifically is perfectly fine. But what she just did to everybody mentally is not okay." So she can't share any more stories tonight. But the cloth is going to prove itself to you time and time again. You do wash them once about every 7 to 10 days, because over time you're going to pick up coconut oil, or you're going to pick up soap residue, things that are going to create a barrier to where the oxygen can't get to the cloth to self-purify. So you need to wash them in the washer, dry them in the dryer. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But so let's go real quick over our differences. 1/200th the size of a human hair, dense 10 million feet of microfiber in this enviro cloth, woven like a star to triangular weave to pick up, lift, and remove that debris. Silver for self-purifying purposes. That's any of our cloths, which is the majority of them that support the silver, is going to have that backlock symbol on them. Those are the cloths that have our backlock silver technology in them. And then the last thing is that these cloths have a 60-day money-back guarantee. They're never returned. Seriously, I've done this for 9 years. These are never returned. But they have a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 2-year warranty. So as we're talking about this Safe Haven 5, I want you to think of all the spray bottles that this is going to replace of cleaners, and the paper towels. Because on average, the American families, according to Good Housekeeping, have about $263 being spent on paper towels a year. And we don't buy paper towels. We don't clean with paper towels. Every once in a while, like if we're having a big cookout, we'll have them to like sit bacon or something on to degrease, but they're not a part of our cleaning anymore. And I am so thankful for that, because that's a lot of waste for the environment. and a lot of waste for money because it's just pushing and smearing. It's not lifting up and removing to clean with. So your Enviro cloth is your number one king of cloth in Norwex land. You get this wet, clean your high touch surfaces, your doorknobs, you clean your toilet flusher, you clean your counters, you clean your carpet stains, upholstery stains, your walls, like you wipe down the fingerprints on the walls. It's everything, you guys. Like this cloth is a game changer. I call it the king of cloths because of that, married to the queen. The queen is your window cloth, your polish cloth. And I'll show you that says it on the tag as well. It says window or polish. I like to show this old one. Like this cloth is probably 7, 8, maybe 9 years old. I don't know how old this particular one is. It was sitting next to the Enviro, so it's a little wet right there. But you're using this one dry. So you're using your Enviro cloth, your king of cloths wet to remove your debris, and then you're using this dry for your streak-free finish. This is the cloth that people are like, oh my gosh, I love Norwex. My glass, my granite, my stainless steel never has looked so good. But don't stop at your windows and your glass with this cloth. Remember, this is your everything clean it cloth. All right, this cloth actually one time saved one of my hostess's weddings because she leaned against a car with her white wedding dress and she had black marks on her wedding dress. And she was like, Leah, I got my little travel Enviro cloth and we were able to get all the stain out of my wedding dress and it was amazing. So this cloth is just always going to impress you. All right, so let me show you guys. This is some body balm. It's like a big chapstick. And so it's Norwex fluff. It's not where you spend your Norwex dollars, in my opinion, but this is where I'm going to write a little heart on here with this greasy chapstick. And I'm going to show you all with this Enviro cloth. So we're going to pretend like this chapstick. You do not need chapstick or body balm or anything, butter, whatever it is. You do not need that to clean your glass. But we're pretending like this is dog slobber, kid fingerprints, toothpaste on the bathroom mirror, just the debris that you need to remove from your surfaces. You just take your cloth and you wipe that away. And so you'll see, maybe not so much on this one, but you can maybe see that I've got some fingerprints there of that. So flip it over if you want to, wipe it again. But this is what I got something sticky from one of the kids there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that. But this is what I love about Norwex. Nothing greasy, nothing slimy is left behind. It's squeaky clean. So you're removing your debris first with this, and then you're going behind with your dry window cloth to give your surface that streak-free finish. Your stainless steel is never gonna have looked better. Neither will your glass, your mirrors, and all that. Like I've got 2 dogs that live their lives at a window full of their beautiful artwork, their paws, their noses, their mouths, all that slobber is always on that window or the front door. And so this is just the easiest clean. And then my dogs, they're not pressed up against Windex and toxins the next time they visit their favorite place to do their artwork, right? So these cloths are game changers. So Enviro cloth, window cloth, the king and the queen, but when 2 cloths fall in love, they have a baby. So here is Prince Dusting Mitt. Same microfiber. All of this is the same microfiber mixed with that silver. They're just woven differently to do different jobs. Like this is super slick and woven inward. This is super dense to grab and remove things. And then this is woven outwardly so that it statically charges to lift and remove all the dust off of your surfaces. You can use this wet to clean your window screens and get all the pollen and the lint out of your window screens. It is amazing for that. You can go pop it in the dryer to help it to statically charge and go up to your surfaces, and you will watch the dust come to it. It is so easy to dust with this. And what's important is you're not leaving behind any chemical residue that is literally attracting and having a sticky surface for the next round of dust. So you will see that you will not have to dust as often. And in between your uses, hang it by your back door if you have pets and grab those dog paws on a wet and rainy day. I love it for that. So 3 main microfiber cloths, Enviro cloth, window cloth, dusting mitt, right here are in our Safe Haven 5 package. And then after that, we have 2 more products. We have an cleaning paste. Our cleaning paste is what you would use to scour with. You can see I'm always like, where's that camera? So the cleaning paste is what you would use to scour with. So think about this replacing Barkeeper's Friend, Comet, Soft Scrub, Scrubby Bubbles, that magic eraser, the chemicals that you would be using to clean your glass top stove, your tub, you can use just your microfiber for your tub, but if you have like soap scum buildup, razor stains, like maybe there's a rust mark on the side of your tub, or you've left a SOS, whatever they're called, Brillo pad or something at your sink and it left a rust mark, this is going to remove that for you. It's going to whiten the side of your shoes. Hop into my VIP page. That is going to post. The link for my VIP page is going to post whenever the shopping link posts tonight. And when you see that VIP page, you can go in there and you can look up cleaning paste and you can see pictures after pictures of the things that this does. It has gotten permanent marker off of wood for me. It has gotten nail polish off my kitchen table. I have 4 daughters. There was one time where they Kool-Aid dyed their hair. My oldest daughter, Brianna, left a Kool-Aid stain all over my childhood wood dresser in my bedroom. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And the cleaning paste pulled all that stain out. I was really careful because this can be abrasive. It is a solid, and this one's been gotten into quite a bit, but it is a solid. And when you're using your wet cloth, you're creating that paste. So it's going to create the paste for you to clean like that. So it lasts a long time, on average about 2 years. If you don't clean a lot, you can will this out to your grandkids. And it's awesome for like mold and mildew on your boats and stuff. If you're someone that likes to take a boat out, or a camper, or a fiberglass pool, I love it for so many things. But this pulled all that stain out of my wood dresser. I was just real gentle about it. It didn't scratch my finish or harm my dresser at all, but it got that stain out. And so much nail polish. Like one time I was at a party and this daughter was listening to me talk, of the hostess, and she was like, oh, let me see. And she took a Sharpie marker right then and there and wrote it on her mom's table. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to purposely put something on there, but thankfully it got it out. So don't on purpose do things. But when life happens, this is your best friend. And it is the absolute best friend to your flat top stove or your gas stove like I have. It is great for cleaning your stove. It is great for getting the tarnish or the stains off of your sink. It's awesome in the bathtub, just so many things. I love the cleaning paste. You're definitely going to love it too. So you've got your 3 main microfiber cloths, your cleaning paste, and lastly in that Safe Haven 5 would be our laundry detergent. So our laundry detergent is the chemical, well, not our laundry detergent, but laundry detergent in general is the chemical that you do spend the most time with. And I just want to remind people. So I'm going to take some lotion here, squirt it on my hands. And when I rub this lotion in, it doesn't just stay on the outside of my skin. I'm going to absorb it. And the same is true when you're wearing clothes all day long that smell like something from a mountain that's not really on a mountain or from the mountain. Whatever that scent is that's in your laundry soap, it's lots of times full of synthetics, harmful chemicals that actually mimic our estrogen. That's what's so dangerous, is that it mimics our hormones. It changes our hormones. And there's so many things inside of regular laundry detergents that are not safe for you or the environment. So just think about that, because it is the chemical that you're with all the time. Even when you're naked in the shower, it's on your washcloth. When you're snuggled up in bed at night, it's in your bedding. So to have a detergent that is free of all the harmful things that you would not want in a detergent is wonderful. But then also cost-wise, I promise you, if you gave this detergent a go, it is going to save you money. I tell my customers to date it with a Sharpie marker. On average, it lasts between 3 and 4 months. You're using a half of a teaspoon to a whole teaspoon for a high efficiency washing machine. And you're using a half of a tablespoon to a whole tablespoon for a regular. Did I say that right? Half to a whole teaspoon for a high efficiency, half to a whole tablespoon for a regular washing machine. So this is going to last you a long time. Seriously, date the bag with a Sharpie marker and watch how long it lasts your family. Some of my customers use 1/4 of a teaspoon because they have water softeners and there's just a couple people in their home. They get a year's worth out of a bag. But you can use this to clean your toilet bowl. You can sprinkle a little bit in there and clean your toilet bowl, put a little bit in a spray bottle, use it as an all-purpose cleaner. If in your mind you're like, I have to have something to spray when I'm cleaning. So just so you know, you don't have to, but you can use that And of course, it's safe to use with our microfiber. And you do want, this is biodegradable, and that means it leaves nothing behind. And that is what you want to wash your detergent or your cloths in, is a biodegradable detergent. There are other brands. You can go to the store and get a biodegradable detergent, but the key word is biodegradable. There are regular laundry soaps, and if you put them in a mason jar and you shook it all up and you let it sit for a couple weeks at a time, you're going to have a layer of fillers settle at the bottom. Fillers are peanut shells. They are drywall dust. They are, whalebone is listed as a laundry detergent filler. So there's a lot of grit that they are putting into those just so that they can make you feel like you're getting more, like it feels a little heavier, right? So you're getting that filler at the bottom, which is bad for your laundry. It is your washing machine. It's bad for your clothes. It's bad for our cloths because you don't want to fill these up with fillers. Their job is to grab and remove. Things are going to get trapped in them if you use a regular detergent. Secondly, in that jar, you'll see a layer of fat. It actually will settle on top of the fillers, and it's normally pig fat. So if you're craving a lot of bacon, it could be your detergent. Definitely would be your fabric softeners. So that fat is going to coat your microfiber, and you do not want to lay all these fibers that are reaching out to grab and remove things from your surfaces. You don't want to lay them down on the job. And also that silver is not going to get the oxygen that it needs. So you do not want to use Tide or Gain or a regular detergent. Free and clears still have fillers. They still have fats. They just have clear water at the top versus the blue or purple water that the others have that you don't need to wash your whites with, right? The dyes and the perfumes, that's all that the free and clears are free of. A biodegradable detergent like ours will truly just look like a jar of water until you shake it and you see a little bit of that suds. I tell people, do the towel challenge. Go throw your towels in the washing machine and put no detergent with them. If you're using a regular laundry detergent, sometimes it takes as many as 4 washes to get the soap out of your towels. That's how much things are built up in your laundry. So you don't want those buildups when you're using this cloth to clean. So if you're just using this to wash your cloths, it's going to last you forever and ever. If you use it in your home like it is a cleaning product and it's coming in your Safe Haven 5, so you're going to toilet bowl clean with it, those little covers over top of your hood range, let me find it. The screen here, you can take this off, you can sit it in a cookie sheet, sprinkle a little detergent over it, cover it with water, and all that fat and grease comes off of it. It is a great cleaning agent in so many ways. You can even shampoo your carpets with it. But if you're using it like that to clean with, it's going to last you forever and ever. But I do challenge you to think about the things that you're washing your clothes with and know that this is a much safer option for you. And truly, it is so much more affordable, especially if you're using a name brand detergent already. And so lastly, when you put these in the dryer, no fabric softeners or dryer sheets. Same thing, it's pig fat. You don't need them at all. Static is caused by uneven and over drying your clothes. You can reduce static simply by taking out the couple of light things and reducing your dry time by 10 minutes. Like you won't have static if you just even out and lighten even out your load and turn down your dry time just a bit. It changes everything. So no fabric softeners, no dryer sheets. Wash them in a biodegradable detergent. All right, I only got a couple more minutes and then I'm going to be quiet, but I want to tell you guys that there are 2 spend and get specials this month for July. If you spend $99, you could get a $10 bamboo Enviro cloth. It's the same size as that other one. It's woven with some bamboo in it, so it actually has a little bit of extra scrub to it. I love it. This actually came from the back of my bathroom door because I had recently cleaned my tub out with just this and water. You're not laying down in residues of anything that's toxic. And then for $15, if you have, these are stackable spend and gets, and I think the next level is if you spend $115. So if you spend $99, you can get this for $10. If you spend $115, you can grab an oven and grill cleaner. This is one of our enzymes. It comes with a little spray nozzle. For $15, this is awesome for your oven. It's awesome for your grill. Your self-cleaning oven is actually the number 2 cancer-causing chemical in your home. It actually tells you on the manual to not use in the presence of small children or birds or small pets because it's becoming that toxic and it creates that much toxicity in your air. So definitely don't use your self-cleaning oven feature. Use water and something scrubby or use that oven and grill cleaner enzyme. That is a great tool to help you clean out your oven. But that is your Safe Haven 5. Real quick, our floor system is something that a lot of people love in Norwex land, and it is that same technology for your floors, and it makes cleaning your floors so simple. So it is a dry pad. This is yellow, sunny, and dry at the side. That's like a dusting mitt. Your dry pad that comes with your floor system is like a dusting mitt, and it grabs all that pet hair. It is amazing. This is like a Swiffer. That's the small size. This is like a Bona. That's the large size. And so this is a great, great tool if you have pets or just if you want something to simplify your floor cleaning. And then the wet pad is like the EnviroCloth. It's this is the statically removing one dry. This is the wet pad, and it's going to be just like your EnviroCloth, removing 99% of all the bacteria from your floor with just water. So I appreciate you all learning with us. Remember, if you're a pro, tomorrow there is going to be some of my favorite gems on the video, the learning link that's getting ready to post. You will see a clickable video to see my chicken demo, and I encourage you to that. If you're a Norwex newbie, watch me clean raw chicken. Like, these cloths clean everything, and I'm so glad that you're learning about them, and I thank our host for sharing them this month in July, and I appreciate your all's time, and the shopping link is getting ready to post. Have a wonderful rest of your summer, and please let me know if you have any questions about Norwex.